happy Monday. I'm just going to have a little tiny chat. I might elaborate on this at a later point or I might not. But I just wanted to unpack my mind, how I've been feeling this last week since I've started my new job. And I spent last week doing actual shifts and shadowing people, or, doing these sort of double up calls, they call them, where there's me and another member of staff. And pretty quickly into the shadowing, I realised, unfortunately, that most people don't care. And so I've had quite a few sort of like guttural moments of sadness and pain this week that have come out of nowhere when I've been relaying back what I've witnessed during these shifts. And yeah, it's really sort of sad to me. I think people are so disconnected, and what happens in these types of roles is that because the wage is shit, you get shit staff anyway, and they pretend to care, and quite often the sort of cardboard cutouts that are everywhere in these caring roles, these little fat penguin women that have got, they've not integrated their energies, basically. So it's like you see the worst of women sometimes in these roles in terms of frantic energy and neuroses or OCD or rushing or, maybe trying to do too much at once, that you're forgetting the most important thing, which is the connection. And so, nobody's doing anything outwardly disturbing. Everyone's ticking the boxes. But what I'm seeing and feeling is that nobody actually cares. There's not much eye contact or, physical contact. There's not much genuine care if these people are all right. I know that I can do that because I actually do care. So I'm looking forward to continuing to receive some more of this external esteem, which happens when, for me personally, I know everyone's different, but when I'm contributing to outside society as well as just my family unit. And so because I chose to not work while I was bringing my kids up for the first 5 years. That time's come to an end, and as I've said a million times before, I'm super grateful for that. I've learnt the most through that intense period of my life and my learning. But I've always been the type of person to feel some kind of reward from helping others anyway. So I'm feeling this slowly coming back, and it's helping me. So I'm really happy and proud that I'm feeling it, and I'm noticing it already. After only a week, even though most practices and people, the members of staff, are just what I expected, in some cynical way. It's what was there. So I think I can make a positive difference. So I'm excited. They're throwing me in at the deep end, and they're treating me like shit already, flipping rotas around and asking me to do extras and sending me out on my own to people I've not met. And I've been there for I've done 3 days work, so it's pretty funny, but I'm going with the flow, and I think that I can help. And so I'm expecting this esteem to sort of help me, this outside contribution to serving the greater society, albeit in a very small way, but just by actually caring. So I'm happy about that. I realise that this is not what I'm going to be doing forever. This is what I'm going to be doing for as small a period as I can possibly manage, My finances and shit like that, I'm a wreck on paper, I'm a wreck. So, but also what's been cropping up this week for me as well is actually understanding my parents' mortality, or my parents' inevitable deterioration. I'm in my 30s now, my mum and dad are in their 60s, and I have got such a small family that I've never, apart from when my grandparents died when I was really young, and I didn't understand what was happening, really to glean any wisdom or lessons from it. But the deterioration of the human body and mind, and how that is, it's pretty scary. I've said before, I'm not scared of death. I am not scared of dying. I understand it's just a transition of energy. It's just a different, existence. But I've always been a little bit apprehensive about people around me dying, people that are close to me. And me and my mum, we always used to have this little joke, and it was, my mum's been a nurse her whole life as well, so she's seen, you know, she's seen things. And she doesn't want to be in a home. She doesn't want to be at home, in her own home, having carers wipe her arse either. And so we've always just had this mutual joke that, you know, if things get so bad, I'll just put a pillow on her face and sit on it, and she'll do the same for me. Um, but I'm thinking about that much deeper this week in much more different um, ways and through different perceptions. So I'm digging through a few different things. Medical intervention is something that I think is both a blessing and a curse, as is everything. But for me, in particular, the roles and the experience that I've seen in different caring jobs with different people, children, babies, kids, and now elderly, and seeing how medical intervention is just the wrong thing to do in quite a few circumstances, you know. So it's really, really interesting. I was going to talk a little bit about Elon Musk's Neuralink, but I want to inform myself a little bit more about this. Again, my problem's always that people don't seem to have foresight or to see the inevitable possibilities or outcomes in terms of collectively as a humanity, mostly psychological, by shit that we do and that we continue to do. Yeah, I'm going to have to ponder more about this. I just wanted to have a quick little chat and get shit off my mind. But yeah, I've had all sorts of sadness this week relating to this job that I'm doing, and mortality, and, you know, just again the awful realisation that, you know, we can't judge people, forgive them for they do not know, but people are so disconnected that they just don't care. They're cut off from that, and it's the empathy. And yeah, so super sad. I've got lots to ponder more. What I have noticed on a lighter note is that I've been really tired, so I've been having little naps and things like that, and I've been having really wild, like, dreamscapes and visualizations when I'm meditating, and I'm really starting to hone the mental ability to expand upon the scenery in my own head. You know, I had some rainforest meditation music on yesterday, and I shut my eyes, and within 2 minutes, you know, I'm in a hammock in the rainforest that's flying around. I've got parrots in my ear, and I can almost touch and taste the stuff now. It's getting so good, you know, the internal visualizations. So I'm looking forward to playing with that a little bit more, you know, in the dreams as well. Yeah. So